Hello and welcome. As you may have noticed, this is a brand new series I'm doing. I just got the first four packs of this model, the U-96 U-boat, a World War II German submarine. Now, I do have the packs over here off camera right now, but I can actually go through this and see what. First, let's open this up. The bow of the. With this model, we have. Let's see if I can get this closer. Yeah, it works. We have flying propellers. Here's both forward and stern. Rotating rudders. We have drop-in way anchor, front torpedo muzzle flaps, which are these right here. Extendable retractable periscopes. Extendable radio direction finder frame. Red and white interior lighting. Diesel sounds. Aztec pain, which is that iconic radar pain that we hear a lot in movies. First, let's hear that. Actually, turn this off for now. First, here's that. Those muzzle doors that they were talking about that open and close. Here's the anchor. Now, this is a picture of the prototype, so the coloring might be different. Here's the bow torpedo room, display stand. A realistic soundscape is provided by the characteristic sound of the colossal ship's diesel engine and the classic Aztec paint of the. Sorry, I'm reading this upside down. Of the submarine hunter, speakers and are concealed in the display stand, so all the sound is in this display. We have our radio listening and commander's room. We also it also includes the. Oh, I mentioned that's radio and the listening room. Here's our anchor, which again, if it comes that color, I'm going to completely repaint it. Here's that plain propeller as well as our. I'm trying to figure out if that's called an elevator or a dive plane. With the help of the wireless remote control, the U-96 unleashes a host of impressive features. This allows you to simulate moving forwards and backwards as well as diving in. So we're seeing the submarine. Alright, so this isn't quite to say what those are. Alright, but those move as well as the rudder. If we keep moving down, to be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about that part right there, but we'll see how things go as we progress. Here are those two periscopes. Here is our radio thing, antenna. Here in the center, we have our command center. The length, as you can see down here, is 140 centimeters, which us in America is slightly just shy of 4 feet 6 inches. I'm not 100% sure. I don't quite remember the exact measurements. We keep moving down. Here's the galley and NCO, or non-commissioned officers room. I am going to be doing a slight modification here. Unfortunately, we don't have this exact U-boat around anymore. It sank during the war. However, there is a U-995 that I can reference. I looked at a few images, and the galley does have from floor to slightly just underneath, above the electric stove, a blue section of the wall. So I do plan on repainting that. Was planning on repainting the torpedo room, but watching the video, it was accurate. Might repaint the torpedoes though. Anyways, here's that extendable radio directional finder frame. It's used to determine location, and the horizon can be scanned with the rotatable periscope. And both these can rotate. We move down a little bit more, and we come into the diesel compartment. 6 sections of the high quality L hull can remove, revealing life on board. White LEDs fully illuminate the highly detailed interior design. Red LEDs signal readiness in the event of danger. It's easy to build. According to this, we move down a little bit more, and we come to the electric engine and room. And behind that would be the rear torpedo room, where a torpedo could be launched from the rear. The U-96 was a Type 7C submarine, the most successful and prolific submarine of all time. Wolfgang Petersen's film, The Boat, or Das Boot, as it's also been called, made it world famous. This model of the U-96 was developed based on historical construction plans at a scale of 1/48. It impresses with its high-quality zinc die-cast metal hull, its spectacularly illuminated and detailed interior, build a top-class multifunctional model, and take command of your U-96. By the way, I do plan on repainting the engine because, unfortunately, unlike this picture, ours does come as just straight out white, with just hints of gray, red, blue, and black. Not very realistic. Here's our specs. The scale is 1/48, length 140 centimeters, width 13 centimeters, height 30.5 centimeters. Give me 1 second. Google CM GHS. So first, it says 140. So this is 55.1181 inches. Again, I'm just going to do feet. So 4.59318 feet. I'm going to go back to inches because next it says it is 13 centimeters, which is 5.11811 inches wide. Okay, don't know why they don't round up, but that's all right. And then 30.5. Okay, I'll just round it up. So it's just shy over a foot tall. Okay, but I'm just going to say that it's just over a foot tall, a little over a foot tall. Weight is approximately 6 kilograms, or if I go to mass and do kilogram to pound, it says 6, so it's about 13 pounds. and made with metal and plastic. Anyways, that's that side. There's a bit more that we need to look at on the other side of this. Primarily, attacks are, though I'm going to be getting it in of 8, so I'll be getting up in the next one. Okay, that's just talking about. Oh, it's a bit of history. German submarine U-96 was commissioned in autumn 1940 and survived all of its 11 patrols. It was destroyed by aircraft bombs shortly before the end of the war. With this unique high-quality 148 scale model, the renowned submarine comes to life again. This 140 centimeter long, or like I said, just slightly under 4 foot 6 inches long, or multifunctional model has a high-quality die-cast metal hull and a spectacularly illuminated interior. Take command of the legendary U-96. And it just basically right here says all the instructions are online. Here are 3 free gifts of a plaque, a book, and 4 figures. Just basically here, it just talks about how and about a additional display case that we could order. Let's fold this over. And then basically here it just talks about what we will be doing and how much will be done by the end of this first pack. And excitingly, we get to actually use it and test some electronics tonight. And that is that done. If you're interested, here is the US. This is a website to actually order yours if you ever want to buy one yourself. Anyways, now that that's done, this aside, turn the light back on, and well, if you're wondering about the cloth, that's because I do not want to scratch this up. But we can grab our first pack, which looks like it was ripped off of. Oh yeah, for most people, it probably would have like a placard or something. It was very pretty damaged, so I'm just gonna pull it apart. Got the back off. Now let's flip it over and carefully open it. Now it does come with a screwdriver. I don't think I might use it, but just in case, I'm going to hold on to it. Set it right there for now. I don't remember where I put my main one, but I'll remember. Are you? No, I don't think you are. Nope, it is magnetic, so I might just use it for now. It'll just be easier. And well, my main screwdriver is missing. Anyways, first we're going to want to grab this part right here. Now, another modification I will be doing is I am going to, in these areas right here, I will be using this, a black panel liner. It's brand new, so I never used it yet. And I will be essentially filling it up like that. I might even just use regular black paint. But typically these would have been hollow holes. I think this could be mixed a bit more. But essentially, I do plan on doing all that with all these right here. Not quite sure about those small dots there, but essentially, it'll look like that. I just want to see. Actually, I probably should have done that after I was done, because now I'm probably gonna have to wait for this to dry. In that case, let's actually set that aside and take care of the whole layer. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and get to the fun electronic parts. Let's make sure I'm grabbing the right one. Alright, so yeah, this is the first one that they want us to grab. They want us to grab, I'm not sure if you can see it, but one labeled UL first. And so I'm just going to orientate this the way it's pictured for me. Just to make it easier on me to actually see. Okay, I'll just wax. And they want us to grab one of these brackets right here. And this sits just right here on this little lip right here. Now, I just want to make sure, is there a specific orientation, or is this? Okay, no, it's simply just, it seems like it's essentially the same, no matter which way you put it. So they want us to do that. Grab this little tree right here, and they want us to cut this guy right here, the one that's labeled UL. Because of my Gundam days, I'm going to snip it just over. Let's do that. Then I'll take the snips, bring it up close, and snip it right on the mark. We place it down onto the part where so that the arms are on the bracket. And then they want us to grab one of the AM screws, which honestly are the only kind of screws that we get in this first, well, they call it a kit, but just for, when I said I'm going to call it a stage or issue. Now, I might be a good idea to dip these in oil first, just so that it goes in easily. Especially since I accidentally picked it up to get a better grip and allowed the to get the arm out. But you don't want to go too tight, just until it doesn't want to move anymore. And then that's the first one in. Now we can set that aside because we repeat the same thing until you are. Let's grab the arm. Put it into place. Locate. Alright, it'll be on the same side as the UL one in brackets. Put it in place. And then let's get one more AM screw. I'm just going to let that sit so that it can dry. Grab the screwdriver. Honestly, I kind of like this screwdriver, regardless of the fact that it's just one of the stock ones. It's magnetic. It's the right size automatically. And it's easy to feel when it's at the right tension. But with that is this arm complete. Now we have both the left and the right upper doors attached. Which one feels a bit looser than there? Now we do not want to mix that up. But now that we're done with that, I do want to... Okay, no, it's not dry yet. Okay. You know what? I'll do this off camera. It's taking a long time for it to dry, so I'll just let it and do the detail. It's off camera. Or the whatchamacallit, highlighting of those details off camera. Let's roll back up to where it wants us to start. And they want us to start with not this guy. Okay, this guy right here. Sorry. And this guy will sit okay, I see. It's going to sit like this. You want the essentially what looks like a lightning bolt with the point facing towards the bow and this little notch pointed upward like so. And it's going to take 2 of our AM screws. Now, just so I don't lose some, I'm going to set them there. And I'm just going to do that till it's tight enough at first, just so hold it down. And then I'll fully cinch them down. Like so. Next, we grab. Yeah, actually, we grab this one next. And once again, make sure that this side. Wait, is it? This is 1.5. Sorry, I'm just so confused because okay, no, this one's layer. You need this one right here. And you want this little shelf. So I'm trying to figure this out since okay, I see it. I was playing too forward. It's alright, just got a message. Sorry, I was just getting a message. Click. And once again, 2 more AM screws are needed to hold it in place. Okay, yeah, it's done. Gotta make sure that I have a good start to make sure that it doesn't move on me. That's 2, or 1 fully in. That makes 2. Now, remember, this is the left side, so I'm just going to have a little bit of fun and do a test. That's how that's going to look. Look when we're done with this. At least with the... Alright, we're going to need 2 more AM screws because the next thing we're going to be putting it into place, once I get them out, and thankfully they give those one spare just in case I lose it. It's not this part. That part is the very last part we put on. We actually put on this brace right here, going this way. And like I said, once again, AM screws. That guy started. Hold it into place. fully cinch down the second one before I complete that. Okay, now we can do that one, which uses, once again, 2 more AM screws, and this one sits with this little T part right here facing upward. And once again, AM screws. Squeeze them out. All right, there we are. Now with that, we can set this guy aside for now. Get and load it up. Get it started. Next. Okay, that's a bit too tight because now it's actually lifting the part up. There's one. Again, I'm trying to make sure I have good control over the screwdriver because I do not want to scratch this up, which is why I'm doing it on this. Alright, sorry, before I continue, I want to take care of one thing that you. Alright, anyways, with that, that is this first kit done. We do have 3 more parts on this little sprue right here, and that one it will be done in the next pack. Or not pack, sorry, kit. Which here, let's scroll down to where the instructions start. All right, let's actually, I don't want to lose this screw, so let's actually set you right there for now. Let's toss that down. And these parts I'm going to leave and then let's bring over kit 2. Let's set, I want to scratch that up, so let's set these carefully aside because we're not going to need them right away. I do want to grab my, open this though. Let's see. Where did I put my scissors? Where did I put them? I tossed them on the floor somewhere. Where are my scissors? All right. It's whatever. Let's. You know what? Let's use this just so I can. Actually, I should probably be able to pull this apart. It seems like it's started. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Hey, my scissors are right in front of me. there's that end. There's that side. My hand's right. There's that. And I should be able to just flip this over. Very carefully. I don't want any parts flying. I should be able to free this. And I already seen something fly. Oh, no, it's right there. Good, because I'm going to need that right away. It's the first thing we're going to do is actually start building the next two torpedo hatches. First, they're going to want us to grab DL, which will be this guy right here. And essentially, it's just repeating the same process that we just did last time. Grab a little hinge, grab the door, grab the sprue right here, and make sure you clip in the right one, which will be this guy right here. So, side. Again, let's clean it up. Place it down onto its base, and let me just double check. We have actually 3 different screws this time, so let me make sure I'm grabbing the right one. AP, AM, BP, and BM. Okay, there's actually 4 different kinds. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6. All right, so yeah, it'll be this one right here. Because these ones are your BM and your BP, which means my. All right, so here's your AP. They're hiding underneath your 2 rods right here, which we will be using later. Let's get this guy open. And get one of these AM screws out. I'll set you right there. Load it up into the screw. And let's get this cinched down. Still quite loose, but doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. So that's our lift one. Let me look for my. All right, so here's our left side. And just in case you're curious. Okay, I'm guessing that's just a little overspray. That's how it's going to look when it's inside. But just so I don't get them mixed up, or accidentally put them on the wrong side, I'm going to put my left ones over here together. Let's get one more AM because next once again they're going to want us to repeat the same thing we just did onto the right door. So there's that one. And once again, just to make sure that you get it right, there is a DR and a DL on each door, just so that you don't accidentally get it mixed up. Let's put it down onto its base where it's supposed to be. Right, and I dropped this. Let's grab the screw back over. Clip it the part off. I'm just gonna set that right there for now, just so I don't have to constantly reach over and grab it. All right, clean it up, place it down, and finish this up. Like our AM screw, roll it up and screw down into place. Oh, jeez. Okay, that was a mistake. Just stabbed myself with the screwdriver. Ow. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to push it down into the. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need I need to take a break. Sorry about that for anyone who's squeamish. I didn't realize I jabbed myself that badly. But I have bandage on, so I should be fine. And now that one is on nice and tight. Let's bring the UR one up over here again. And continue. Make sure. Sorry. I respond to pin this one really quick. Alright. We don't need to worry about this guy right now, so let's set this set to the side. What we are going to want is this guy right here. I want it facing. Actually, it doesn't matter which way it faces at the moment. We do want this one, which is 211, and this one, which is 25. You're going to want to place them like that. It doesn't look like it really matters which way it goes where, in which. Okay, no, not these guys. We want the guys that are hiding underneath these small black AP screws, which is not going to be fun if I drop it onto my mat. So I'm going to carefully do that so I can control how many I allow to come out. But we're going to want 2 of these. And just so I don't lose them, once I manage to get only a single one out at a time, I'm going to place it into the tray like that, and set it back down like that. Anyways, let's grab our screwdriver, load up an AP, get these 2 parts together, and I am going to okay. I listened the hard way about that, so I'm going to be cautious of that. But screw the metal bracket up against this plastic one, just like so. Next, we are going to want to grab this screw right here, which is 212 and 26, this guy, and with it facing this way, we are going to want this rounded side right here to screw in to here. This is actually how we're going to control our doors. Anyways, we're just going to want just enough that we can put. I set that down. Oh, I lost my. Okay, no, it's just going to be stupid for me to make that joke. But anyways, finally, we're going to want our 2 metal rods that which are labeled 213 in the instructions. And they would go into these posts right here, like so. And once we have those, we can then making sure that we put the two rods in those two holes and then this circular piece right into that little divot. We want to place it just like so. And finally, to finish this off, we want to grab the smell cross piece right here, which is labeled 2-4. And making sure that you have it the right way, where these two not hinge pegs right here are facing upward, and these two, I don't know how to describe it. Actually, there's only one way it fit. There's two notches right here that line up with these two right here. You want to make sure that you have this lined up with this, and these two posts line up with those two posts. So, if you do it right, it should sit something like that. And screw them in with AM screws. So you need the silver ones. Actually, since I don't want to accidentally have this come apart, I'm going to okay, no, that's not going to work. Just going to have to. Okay, there we are. Now it's holding in place. Let's quickly push out two of these. Get that last one tucked back in. I'm just going to zip it down. Let's load up a single one first. And these are going to go right into the part we just did, like so. If I can get it all lined up as okay, that's let's see. Let's see. Let's make sure that that's lined up a bit. Okay, and that just lifted up. Let's see here. Okay, you know what? That's difficult. Let's try this. Let's try screwing that down a bit, like so. Oh wait, no, that's why it's not working. It's because I'm putting this on the wrong side. That's actually the end that needs to bite. That's not how it's held into place. I'm sorry. I'm giving you bad information. How I want you to do it is the other way around. I'm really smelling the iron from my blood. How it wants you to put it. If I can reload a hint of screw. This up. Just like that. That's started. Let's grab your screw. Get this guy. Going as well. This is not easy. If it was oiled, it probably would be, but unfortunately I don't have the oil I need. That's that one. Okay, it's still quite loose. Let's see. If I do that. Okay, yeah, something like that's actually making it a lot easier. And that is on nice and tight. That little bag. All right, now we have to make sure that this is going on the right way, but essentially they want this side up and they want us to place. All right, they want the upper doors on this way. So they want essentially the doors to go into these 2-4 holes like that and be held into place with wasn't this? Nope, that's the other side. You want here it is. You want it with this guy, which has this triangular brace right here. This is our 210. And it would be going on like that with 3 AP screws. Now, I watched World of Wayne, and he found that instead of trying to hold the doors into place while attaching even the first screw is difficult, he found that it's easier if instead, especially since there's no, there's 2 locating pins that will slightly help. We found that it's easier if we instead don't want to lose that. Actually, put this on loose so that we could essentially pin the doors on it into place. I just want to make sure UL, UR. So I just want to make sure that. All right, yeah, that looks right. But once we have it, and I have to go get another bandage. The reason I have band-aids on all of my fingers if this keeps up. Oh yeah, it's starting to get that's a little too tight. Get these guys loosened up slightly. Make sure that they stay tight. Okay, you know what? For the rest of the, I'm just going to keep you somewhat pressed against the table for now. But we do want to make sure this is nice and tight. And with that, those doors are good. But we're not done with those doors just yet. We actually need our BM screws, which are these little guys right here. My fingers are still feel the pain in my fingers. Might still be a bit tight. Yeah, it might be a bit tight still. Let's loosen these guys really quick. Okay, yeah, that feels better. But we do need 2 of these BM screws, which again are these silver guys. That's it right there for now. And we are going to need 2. Let's hold one up really quick. Use them to pin these arms into place, which is going to be slightly difficult since they want to constantly shift on me. All right, that's that one. It's kind of easy if you not only hold it, but also push it up against the back. I also think it's going to be easier, especially since once you get the first one. All right. And with that is that part done. You can now begin working on the bottom. I just want to make sure that I don't get this mixed up. Right, left. You need to remember that. Sorry, I have. All right, I just want to double check. All right, but anyways, we want to grab that. We're gonna need to grab our 2-9 part right here. And once again, just like last time, let's put you right there. Let's get three APs out. And just like last time, because it was so easy to, the method was so easy, let's get lightly into place so that actually still lift this up. Okay, I missed it. All right, there we are. Now I got it. Sorry, it's in a awkward position to actually see, but all right, anyways, let's. Okay, no, that just came undone. Let's get these guys in nice and tight. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally damage anything. that, we can now bring these over again. Let's actually make sure I get the first one in really quick, just so that I don't. All right, anyways, just like last time, we take BM screws and attach the doors onto the mechanism. Now we have one BM left. I wish I had a screw or something like that. And shoot, that just decided to fall out. I want to make sure I did this. Lined up in place. And of course, you come on. Alright, that's that one. Now that should allow me to do that. And I hope I can do this without too much difficulty, but. And of course, you fall out. Alright. Just want to double check, make sure these are nice and tight. Alright, that should do it. Now I can't quite grab it, but it'll be easier once I get the mechanism on. But I do want to try and at the very least make sure that they're in a closed position, just so that it's easier for me to install. But anyways, that is those doors done. Now if I just temporarily bring what we worked on the first kit over, I can temporarily place it in position like so. Show you that how it's going to be sitting and how the doors are going to be looking like when they're input, at least on the left side. Set these back over. I'll set the doors right there because we're going to need our wire, our label, and our little motor. Next, let's unwind the twist tie, which, as one person I've been watching who's been building this recommends, not this one. This one seems a bit too small, but you do want to hold on to the longer one of these. Because it will help with wire tying. And as we are going to be able to test this later, I'm going to flatten it out so that we can actually get the full length. And more importantly, You get, yeah. Importantly, you don't accidentally crimp this when you're actually installing everything. Anyways, you're going to want to look at your ends and make sure you find the larger of the two, because that's the end that you're going to be plugging into the circuit boards, all of the circuit boards and everything. Once we start to actually assemble the full electronics and apply the M1 label closest to the larger of the two plugs. Once you have that on, grab your motor, and since this is our permanent cable, it's not a test one, plug it into your motor, grab part 214, which is this guy right here, and with it facing this way, with these two pegs facing up, you are going to place it so that it lines up with these two notches right here, and it is held into place with 2 more BP screws. And these would be the last time you use BP in this kit, or I said I was going to call it a stage or an issue, didn't I? Well, whatever. At least right now, it'll be the last time that we use this type of screw. Again, let's line up, and I go. Okay, this is going to be difficult. I probably should have plugged the wire in after, since it's kind of in the way. But okay, you know what? Let's try this. Let's get it started. That. Okay. Now that I got it started on one side, I can get the other, or I should be able to get the other side in relatively easy. If it's staying in line. Okay, no, that's out of alignment. Anyways, let's make sure that I still feel like something's out of alignment. Okay, that feels better. That feels better. This was the motors. This motor was definitely not easy. And this guy's still sticking up. Okay, that should do it. Anyways, once we're done with that, we can finally clear off the rest of this sprue by cutting this last gear, or whatever you call this thing, bush, apparently. You can get this bush off of our sprue, and it actually has 2 different orientations. One that's crescent moon, and one that's a plus. The plus one will be going onto here, but they want us to attach it onto this first, and with it like that, I can actually show you how this is going to work. And I almost dropped it. Or almost lost it. But essentially, that's open. Let's close. I want to double check something. Did I put this on right? Sorry, I want to scroll down real quick. Let's see. Alright, I'm not sure. Oh, if I did something wrong, I'll see it in there. But right now, they do want us to put this on, even though it keeps falling off from me. But it will be held into place once we attach this, which they want us to do with the wire on the bottom. Is it bottom? Check, make sure. Yep, correction, it's the top. They want it with the wire coming out of the top. Make sure that I get this right. Make sure it's check. Make sure. So I just want to make sure that I get this on right, so that it doesn't. Is that actually? Okay, no, it's not. Let's see. Can I maybe spin the motor? Nope, I can't spin it. Alright, I think that's got it. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I put it on upside down. Alright. Now I got it. Let's see here. I need AM screws. So that would be these guys right here. Let's set that there. Push it over the screw and gently this up and get this in place. That's one. So it started. So I want to make sure it's nice and tight. That's two. Oh, one fully tightened. Alright, still nice and loose because it's not fully tightened. Alright, that is almost. Alright, that's that. That's done. Now we can set this aside because next we bring back what we did in stage one, and we will be attaching this bracket right here, in between these location lugs. And just like last time, and the last time we were doing this, we need 2 AM screws. Okay, that not go as planned, but let's get this guy. And because I don't want to risk scratching anything, I'm going to move that. Still a bit loose. There's that one. There's that. All right, that should do it. And that will act as a mounting point for when we attach this onto here like so. But we don't do that just yet. Again, I gotta be careful because that is a loose wire. I do not want to rip that out. Oh, actually, we do attach it. So I was actually right. We do actually need to put this in like so. And in these two holes right here, we place a AP. Did I make a mistake? Let me double check something. BP. Oh, no, I did make a mistake. Sorry. I made the mistake right here. I put the wrong screws in place. It's a good thing I caught. It's a good thing it's not too late to repair and fix that mistake. We need two of these long ones right here. Let's put that one there. That. Got the first one. No, it should be the other way around. All right, there's that one. Okay, this is a microfiber, so it's definitely soft, but it is catching. That's that one. All right, it's nice and tight. That's not going anywhere. And now that I've fixed that, I can now get the correct screws into place. The tiny black AP screws, which go Here's that one. Again, I gotta be careful. I do not want to accidentally scratch this. That's one screw in. And that's two. Now we have both in place. Again, I'm just going to pull this up a bit. Okay, now we're done with the AP screws. But with that, that's where we're at and what we're looking like. Now, and that's this tray complete. And that is, I'll just call it what's labeled as Kit 2 complete. So this to the side on the back, because we now need to bring over Kit 3, which seems like it's actually going to be a lot easier. It's not easy to open since it's not completely sealed. I guess the first two kits were supposed to have like a cardboard backing of some kind. Anyways, this one we actually get to test the doors once we are done with the electronics. I'm done with this assembly. But for now, I'm going to pull out and pull the head of this test board to the side because we're going to need the other half, the starboard half of the hull, hull of the ship, or U-boat, or submarine boat, or however it's properly accurately pronounced. I'm just going to quickly untie the cable. Flatten it out a bit. Okay, I'm going to need 3 AA's. I will grab that towards the end. And then this is nothing. It's junk. Alright, let's set this up here because first we're going to need 3-2, which is... Nope, not you. It is this guy right here. You're going to want to make sure that you get this the right way. So you want to make sure that, just like last time, you actually place it so essentially it can fit together like so. So that means, actually, it seems like it can only go one way. This little indent right here will fit perfectly right there. So it's not going to be difficult to figure out which way it goes, even if the instructions don't quite show it too well. Let's quickly open this up, and we're going to need 2 AMs. If I can just get that. There we are. Drop one right in there. Get the screwdriver. Pull the screw and get one side started. So that I can get this on nice and tight. This will actually be where our anchor is going to go. That'll be at a later stage though. We're going to need 3-3, which is this guy right here. And if I'm looking at this right, boom. Yep, it'll go on just like that. And once again, 2 AM screws will be needed to hold it onto your hull, or hull of the ship. if I can just line it up. As all right, now that that's on, we can take the next bracket, which is our 3-4, with this curvature going right here to avoid this part. We can attach it with, once again, 2 AM screws. And well, we are going to need some more AM screws for the next part anyways, so might as well dump out 2 more. Or leave those 2 that came out. Okay, there's one started. I just want to make sure that this is both. Okay, that should be good. It's nice and tight. We then grab this part right here, and this one would go in that way, which means that this one would go in like so. Meantime, I might as well grab the last 2 AMs really quick. Just so that I can get them ready. There's 1. 2. And just as I thought, we then put on this last part, which is 3-6, since we just did 3-5, and it is once again held into place with AM screws. Okay, there's that one. That one. You know what? I'm going to look for that screwdriver really quick. That's actually really fun to find too. It's literally sitting on my other desk. This gets me. Usually, hopefully, give me a bit more. Yep, this gives me not only a lot more. Okay, this might be a bit too big. Where's my? Okay, there. Let's get this smaller one. Okay, that's quite loose. Let's try doing this. Let's loosen. Remove you. There we go. It's still a little loose, but it's not too bad. Alright, anyways, now they want us to actually fully assemble the hull, or the bow. Make sure that all of the contact and all holes line up. Alright, good. Now I'm just going to set that down because we're going to need to start screwing together using our AP screws, which may return in this kit. Let's squeeze out we're done with the AP, so we can, or other ones, so we can get them all out. Let's see, where did I put my, here we are. Let's load one up. And start with the easy to reach ones. Actually, no, they want us to attach the they want us to go all the way down there and get the one that's by the doors done first. Alright, so you're not going to really be able to see what I'm doing, unfortunately. You know what? That's going to be kind of hard, so I'm actually going to get and slowly work my way down there and force the two to line up. So that's those. That's those two on top right there. I'll get the. Yep, those are the. And I do want. Okay, it probably would have been easier to put the plug in after I got this done so it's not catching or in the way, but oh well. Alright, so that's those two. That's those two. Let's, sorry. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. Well, I do have spares. Yeah, nothing's rallying around in there. Let's give those books. Squeeze so I can get down into there. Okay, not sure if you can tell, but that one is now in. Oh, there you are. You went into the wrong tray. That's why I felt like I was missing one. All right, not sure if you can tell, but now there are two screws down in there. And lastly, these last two right here in the bow. The very bow of the ship. So far, I have not done any damage to the outside, paint or metal or anything like that. It's nice and smooth with no scratch or blemishes. There's one. Okay, I can toss this guy to the side because if I'm thinking ahead correctly, once I get this last one nice and tight, just like that, we are good to start the test. Indeed, we are. Now, if you just give me 1 sec, I need to get some triple A's for this. I'll be right back. Correction, double A. I'm back. Sorry about that. It took a while to get these batteries in since they are not the easiest to put in. But let's bring this test board over because they want us to put this into here. I'm just going to push in just enough that the contacts, everything makes contact. Battery, since I have no idea if that's going to. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, I actually did that right. Now the doors are open. And now they're closed. I just kind of want to do this a few more times. One more time. I thought I did something wrong, but turns out I didn't. Okay. This one doesn't want us flush. Oh well. Oops. All right, anyways. That is the test done. I don't want to lose this, so send you right there. Same goes for the power board. Battery pack. You know what? Let me check one thing really quick. I think it was 11 or 12 that had the. Sorry, I just want to double check something really quick. Okay, so yeah, I got it the first time. They want me to. Okay, so yeah, they want me in the future. They still want me to use this and this for in the future for additional electronics, but in pack 11 they will give me an additional test board. And test remote to not just make sure everything's still working, but also make sure that. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to hold on to all that. That's good. But just to make sure I don't run the power, I should remove one battery. Like that. That is all for this kit right here, kit 3. And with this done, we can set this aside because we won't be doing any more work with the bow of the ship. Just to make sure I don't damage it, I am going to gently and carefully wrap it up, since this part we don't have to really worry about damage. Just want to make sure it's out of the way, nice and safe, and does not won't be a problem. Now we can bring over kit 4. Okay, now I start opening that up wrong. I'll make sure everything stays in there respective trays. All right, now we're going to need to start gluing stuff, so let's bring this over. I did buy some new glue, so let's open this up. Do that. Let's get a small bit out. Because the first thing that I want us to do is get this part and this guy that's hanging underneath. Take some of this glue. Apply it onto these pegs right here like so. And take 4-3, this part right here, and glue it into place. It's really loose, so you might want to hold on. Actually, we're pretty much done with this part for now. So while that's glue, and while it's drying, we can set this aside. I'll straight up here for now. Because we are now going to want to grab the floor of the conning tower. You're going to want to grab the base of one of the periscopes. Get this right. 4-5 is this guy right here. Right? Yep, just like that. So we need these two parts right here. And it's trash. Don't need to worry about that. Anyways, they want us to position this. Placing this right. All right, so yeah, I see how they want us to do this. They want it attached this way where the open end is facing towards the gun platforms. So what we will need to do is get a little bit of glue. And apply it onto the pegs right there. And place it down like that. Get a little bit more glue. And apply it there. And on the safe side, let's also apply a little right there. And with that in place, we can then push the top and the other half of the periscope right there. So it's going to look like that. In the meantime, I'm also going to, yes, sticking well enough. Make sure that's put. All right. Now we need to get to the sprues because they want us to grab these guys right here. And if I'm looking at this right, they want us to start with the these are numbered, so you want the number 1 first. there. Let's get that back down there. Like I said, because I work on Gun Plus, I have the habit of snipping them like that so that they don't break on me. Is there a orientation? Mine appears to be a little. Oh wait, no, I'm doing the wrong ones. Mine's really tight, but I'm still going to apply glue just to be on the safe side. So let's put a little there, a little there, a little there, and a little there. All right, and let me just make sure. All right. Let's push this down, make sure it's fully seated, and that's how that's looking so right now. Next, we grab the next one, number 2, and we actually attach this one just above it on the next section instead of this. Again, make sure that this is going on the right way. All right, so it's going to look like that. But we're not done quite yet because they actually want us to grab this and this part right here. And they want us to actually attach the hatch right here. Let's grab a little bit more glue. Apply the pegs. And push it down like so. So it's going to look like that. As for 413, Okay, I see. 413 actually is going to be attached to these two notches right there, so I'm just going to apply a tiny bit there and there. And then these guys would go in like so. Make sure it's actually, let's looks like it needs to go right there as well, but let's see, can I maybe use something to help? So let's why does this feel like it doesn't want to? I think it would want to bend. Okay, there we go. Now I got it. Don't know why that was so difficult, but now I got it right where it needs to be. Even though I don't think many people would have bothered, but still. That's how that's supposed to look like. Alright, let's see. The tree I need next, or sprue. Okay, we're going to work on the binoculars now. So we're going to need this one. Let's start by carefully freeing everything. There's the top of the binoculars. Let's actually set this aside for now. There's that piece. There's that one. That one. And that one. Let's toss that to the side. And then snip this one off first. Just gonna grab one of my files. And carefully remove any burrs or remaining sprue from that one, since that one actually seems to be the more important one. And the easiest one to make sure there's nothing left. There's that guy. Actually, this one I play. Touch up a bit really quick. There's nothing that's supposed to. Yeah, there is a tiny bit of this one, so carefully line this up. And there we are. Again, you have to make sure that this little peg right here stays, because it's going to be what these guys will go into. So be cautious when cutting off the part for that one. I might actually give this a bit of a black coloring to it, but I'm not sure. Alright, so that's all the parts that we're going to need for here right now. Everything else right here is just trash. Let me actually just toss it down like that. Make sure to move that there. Oh, it did some. Oh yeah, that was what I need. Alright, anyways. First thing we're going to want us to do is grab this base right here. Like, hold on. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Lower rim B. Alright, so yeah, this is actually shaped. That's why it's. That's what I was getting confused. So they want us to glue this part onto here. So let's get some glue. Around like that. And push the lower rim on. Take our applicator, put a little bit more glue around this peg. And place the upper rim into place. Now let's set this aside so I can not glue my fingers to it. Also, so we can get some more glue around the peg right here for this one. And if I'm looking at this right, they want it so that okay, it looks like it doesn't really matter which way it goes because you're on both sides. But I do want this part on right here. I'm just going to give it a second to dry before we glue this on. And how they want it on is... Actually, I could probably glue it on now. let's get some. Let's get the glue on the pin. Apply it the peg and line it up. Like so. Then we're going to bring this guy back over because we're going to be gluing this into that hole right there. So let's get some more glue. Apply to the peg. Make sure it's staying flat and the binoculars are facing forward. Now I'm just going to leave it like that so that I can try, because we're not going to. Well, actually, I kind of like there. We are still going to need to use it because we need to glue these two parts together and into place. So let's see here. Contact surfaces. All right. Let's get a little bit loaded up. I want. All right. I see how it's going to go. So let's get this. Apply the glue there. The glue there. There. And there. Line it up. And finish it off by applying some more glue onto these pins right here. Make sure everything's still aligned. And glue it into place. Right. Now we can set that to the side because we're not going to need that for the rest of the build. The rest of the kit will be working on the machine gun. So, first thing we're going to need is from this. Actually, I'm just going to pull everything else from the tray out. And you know what? Let's actually trim everything and cut everything off really quick just so that I can. Start getting everything ready. Alright, that came off. Here, let's do it the other way so I don't accidentally snip and break. Same goes for this side. I want to make sure I don't accidentally break it, so I'm going to go at it from that side. Alright, yeah, there's... This one doesn't come with pegs, so I should be able to... Except for right there. Alright. Now that's been cleared off. Let's quickly make sure it's fully cleaned up. Alright, I get all the nuts. There's that one. That's the start of the basket. Actually, that's everything for the basket. Hit that catches the spent rounds. There's the wheel. There's that. Just want to make sure that that was fully cleaned. Now, a lot of people have been complaining about one part about this model, and that is that there's going to be a slight gap in the port side hole once and later on down the line. I'm pretty sure it might fix itself as we assemble the hole even more, but I don't know. We'll see how things play out as time progresses. Sorry, I'm just being very cautious. I don't, with those parts, I do not want to accidentally snip off something I needed. Same goes for the binoculars and such. Yeah, I just want to double check. Alright. It's pretty dry, but I was able to still slightly straighten them out. Alright, but anyways, that's those done. Now I can start building the gun. The first thing what they want us to do is get some glue. Right there. And glue the base on. is perfectly circular, so this part does not matter. It doesn't matter which orientation that goes into. The actual part right here will matter. And you want, just to save some time and headache, and then jump ahead just slightly. I'm going to glue the wheel into place. Right there. That actually won't be glued on until later, but about maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, typically 6 stages later, but I just want to get that out of the way. What they really want you to do now is grab this, this, and this. And the first thing they want you to do is just apply the smallest amount of glue onto here. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Might not matter. But they do want you to glue the stand in. So I just want to double check, make sure I got this on the right side. Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, I see it now. There's a little nub button here, so they want you to apply the glue to that nub. And place it into place right there. Let's get this file. Make sure it's flat and flush. Flat and straight. Let's see here. What do I have that? Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm still going to leave you to. I'm still going to let you sit to dry a little bit longer. Let me just straighten that out. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit just to let that part dry a bit longer. And they're going to want you to now glue the magazine into the gun. Make sure that I'm getting this the right way. And I may have accidentally chopped off the charging. Hold on. Maybe that was just a nut that they left on by accident, because that looks like the charging handle right there. I just want to make sure I'm getting this on the right. Okay, yeah, that is the charging handle. I was just looking at it backwards. The magazine is actually going from the left. On from the left side, and it goes in like that. Alright, I see how it goes, so let's get some glue on the magazine. The magazine actually... Make sure it's staying nice and flat. Slouch and look like it's not the same, right? Nope. Alright, I think I got it. So let's set that down to let it dry a little bit longer while I grab this guy, because this should be dry enough. And what we do with it is we apply a tiny bit of glue onto the area that we just did. And we attach it right there. I want to make sure it's tries right, so let's make sure it's nice and in line with the wheel. That it's not crooked and seam flush. With that. So let's give it a little stand. Sorry, I just want to make sure it's nice and lined up. Alright, let's let that sit for a little bit, because the next thing it's going to want us to do is glue the gun onto the part. Before I do that, let's actually start working on the basket. So Alright, so there are, as you can probably tell, there are some just very faint creases. Those are where we're bending, but they are on the outside. So, find my flat pliers. There's one over here somewhere. Somewhere. That's Neil knows. Here we are. Here's my flats. So they want us to bend them at 45. So that means they want us to grip it. Oh. So they wanted to look like this. So let's repeat it on the other side. Just trying to find that. All right, so it's going to look like that. Next thing I'm going to want us to do is actually grab the bottom of the basket and glue into place. So let's get a little bit of glue. Apply 2. It's small bits of glue onto the pegs. Line up with holes. And let's to dry. But they also want us to do one last thing, and that is grab this thing. In the top of the basket. And with this part coming out on top, they want us to glue it into those two holes. So once again, got a bit of glue onto the fence. While I'm at it, I'm just going to apply a little glue onto Alright, so that's going to be like that. I'm just going to let that sit to dry, because this should be dry enough for me to actually glue the gun into place. Now let's... I need... Okay, so this is going to sit... Alright, I see how it's going to sit. So let's... get a little glue on that. A little bit of glue right there. Okay, and I just... Okay, you know what? I'm just going to leave that off for now so I can get the gun in place. Make sure it's nice and straight. Make sure it's not falling over. Good. Get a small bit more of that. And I knocked off the grip. This guy is finicky. Alright, I'll wait until that's dry, especially so I can glue the basket on, but the basket will essentially go somewhere around there. Again, once it's dry, I will get to work on that. But I'm actually happy with how my first attempt at this full etch turned out. And let's actually get a little bit more glue. Some fresh glue, really quick. So I can I think that looks better. But now let's get a little bit more glue on this. All right. Now let's see. All right, I see where it goes. The basket lastly will go into a small notch right there. So let's quickly get some glue there. Make sure it's sitting nice and pretty. Double check, make sure it's sitting right. Actually, it is sitting wrong. It's supposed to be the other way around. Let's just sit like that. And then the basket can sit with it. All right. And with that, just trying to make some adjustments, make sure it's right. All right. That should hopefully do the trick. But with that, that is all for that first one. Now, just a recap of what we've done in kit 4. We have our machine gun right here. We have the beginning of the top of the conning tower right here. And we have our in the actual floor of this. Actually, you know what? Just make sure it's drawing right. I'm going to temporarily and there goes the grips. You know what? I'll glue this on. Back on off camera. I just want to make sure that the rest of this dries right. But still get a sneak peek as to how this thing's going to look when they actually want us to glue this into place. I'm still fiddling with it, trying to make sure it's sitting right, so that glues right. Alright, that should do it. That does give you an idea as to how this is going to look without, unfortunately, I still need to glue that back on. Tomorrow I might just go out and get another bottle of accelerator so I can actually spritz the gun down with some accelerator after I glue this back on. But with that, that is the first pack, which is the first 4 stages of this build complete. Back over what we did in the first few kits. Alright, with that, this is all that we get in the first 4 packs, and this is my first episode of this build. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and I hope you guys join me next month. Well, actually, honestly, technically, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys join me tomorrow when I actually rebuild the last thing for Optimus Prime, his display stand. I can't. This thing's just going to be amazing when it's done, but still, I appreciate you guys coming in to watch this video. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night.